Alrighty. No, okay. I forgot that's my name, bro. Okay, today we have the shit show getting their rematch with the Dinglehoppers. Now this one, if I remember correctly, because it's been like a month ago, was fairly close the first time that they met, but Dinglehoppers managed to win it at the last moment. So this one could be a bit of a mixed bag. I believe, if I remember correctly, the shit show mopped the floor with blue balls. So the shit show still might have a chance to make it to losers finals. Everything looks like it's set up correctly. John Jacob falling into the pit, followed by Jingleheimer and Dean. There goes Bbob.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Control point enabled. Move!
It looks like Bbob and Bobb found John Jacob.
Alert! The control point is being captured.
Boob getting Dean. The shit show, I captured the point. Being contested though. Eve is on the point. Bbob and Bbob underneath taking care of John Jacob. Maybe even George. And it looks like Boob getting Johann. John Jacob going trying to get on the point. Maybe taking a long round. It looks like.
Okay. The control point is being contested.
On the point, they are ready to the point. Taking out John Jacob with a reflector that the team falls off the map. Not looking good for the Dinglehoppers.
The control point is being captured.
John Jacob
mission ends in 30 seconds. Alert. The control point is being contested.
Ooh, Johann getting taken out. Ooh, Boob also getting beamed. Bbob on the point to defend, followed by Bbob.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overtime.
It looks like.
The point is now available for capture.
It looks like Bbob dies to their own reflect.
Alert! The control point is being contested.
Looks like the show's on the board. Respecting the sentry, and the Uber is being popped on point, and nothing's going to come of it.
The control point alert. The control point is being contested. Alert. The control point is being contested. Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Looks like
our control point is being captured. Alert! The control point is being contested.
And the level 3 sentry takes out Dean. Lord takes out Steve, but the sentry did not
Mission
get
ends in 30 seconds.
Boob getting Jingleheimer once again. This is not looking good. Ooh, and John Jacob fell off the map. Boob getting Johann once again. Not expecting a sentry. Dean tried to go for the sentry, but was taken out by someone. And it looks like the shit show takes map 1. Alright. Yeah, the setup isn't as important for Team Dinglehoppers because they do not have an engineer, so their time will be spent putting stickies on the point and George heading up to the front lines.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they're off. George taking some damage already. The entrance is being built up. And it looks like George is taking the long way. And it looks like Schmit and Johann are going in. Ubers are exchanged. Nothing happening. And it looks like Dinglehoppers lost Uber first, getting their medic taken out, shortly followed by John Jacob. Dean is the only one left defending on the point. George is trying to find a way in, but Team Chicho is not pushing. And there they go. Jingleheimer is going towards the point, hopefully trying to defend. Dean not in the right place, but George gets Bbob, and Jingleheimer gets a reflect kill. Schmit dying though on the point. And it looks like Steve is coming in alone. Bbob is on his way. Building a sentry gun, that's not the best place for it. And Steve is being uncontested on the point. Dean is spamming stickies, but does not pop them when Steve is standing over them. Steve is contesting the point for free. Here comes Schmit. Taking out Steve. We got Bbob going in deep. So far, we have not seen any action from Boob. Ooh, and like I speak of the devil, Boob gets George. It looks like Bbob takes out John Jacob. But they really need to start getting on the point.
The control point is being contested.
Bbob is being very cautious about George right now. But George gets the backstab. Bob's not having any of that though. They need to stay on the point. Bbob alone without a medic. Ooh, and Steve gets taken out. Dean setting a nice sticky trap though. Bbob trying to make his way in. Ooh, he was spotted by John Jacob. Ooh, and it looks like they're going for a pincer maneuver coming from both sides. Ooh, and the Uber's popped on the point.
Our control point is being captured.
And George taking out Steve once again. Bbob is going deep past the enemy, trying to clear them out so they can contest the point in peace. Ooh, and the reflect. Ooh, and gets the reflect kill while Johann falls off the point and into the crocodile pit. Schmit trying their best to get Bbob off the point, but Steve is here in the reflect. And George in the reflect kill. George also getting the backstab on Bbob. And they cap the point after 4 minutes. It looks like George is trying to get greedy there, but dying to Bbob. Steve pushing in hard. Dean's trying to set him back. John Jacob not knowing what to do with himself. Standing on the health kit.
Our control point is being captured.
John Jacob is just not finding his brain cell. Ooh, and Schmit takes care of Steve, but taking heavy damage. It looks like Boob is looking for a position to get in, but gets interrupted by Jingleheimer. Where Bobb try to get on the point. Got exploded? No, got fucking taken out by Jingleheimer. Ooh, and the reflex are coming in from Jingleheimer. Ooh, and George gets Boob and Bbob both.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Ooh, but the teleport is getting zapped by George. And Bbob is not trying to get the spy himself. And will he find the kill? And does not. Gets butter knifed to death. Steve dropping down on the point. Ooh, and George getting Bbob again. Bbob is above the point though. Can take out Jingleheimer. They do. But Schmit is on the point, willing to defend, but gets reflected to death. Dean is not finding the point and is allowing them to get this free cap time. Dean is trying to send stickies, or at least reloading his sticky launcher. Starts sending them out in a position where no one's at. John Jacob, in a turn of events, was trying to pick off something, but gets taken out. Ooh, and Boob takes out John Jacob. Jingleheimer falls to Steve and Boob. Ooh, and Dean and George fall too. I think this is the first time in this tournament we've seen the third point. Bbob is looking for a position where he can start building up. Looking for ammo, actually. Some metal. While they're already approaching the point. Ooh, but George gets Steve and they lose their momentum. Bbob finishing off George before they could get Bobb. Bbob is not letting this dream drive with a fast cap. But Schmit is there to counter them, going after Bobb. We got a mirror match going on, but Steve has something to say about it. And Bobb, Jingleheimer though, coming in with the reflex. And Dean takes out Bobb. It looks like they're here to defend. Ooh, and George takes out Boob. Looks like George is after Steve. They're looking at each other. They know. But George needs to switch his focus on the sentry. Ooh. Gets the sentry. Will he get Bbob? And he does get Bbob. Needs to take out wait, that's not a teleporter. But the dispenser pick is very important. Ooh. Bbob gets stickied to death. Bbob is up top, maybe looking for a teleporter place. Oh, he's building a new sentry. But no one's going up here. If he gets a teleporter there, though, it would be great for his team. Oh, no, it looks like he's going in with the team fight with the Uber exchange on the point, but he retreats. And it looks like shit show lose the Uber exchange, but everyone's coming in. Ooh, but they take too much damage and have to retreat and end up dying for it. But Bobb really needs to get that teleporter up. Bbob and Bbob are going towards the point.
The control point is being captured.
We got the Pyro mirror match going on. Ooh, and the reflect, but gets air shot out of the sky. And Johann gets taken out by the sentry. And it looks like 9 minutes and 55 seconds is the time for Team Dinglehoppers.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
All right. While they get set up, let's take a look at our standings. Despite winning that match, well, it looks now the points are kind of, yeah, I see. George with the highest score at the moment, 13-6, with Bbob having 13-8. Johann having 7 deaths, but keeping his teammates alive really gained him some points. 13-2 for Bhob. Schmit 6-6. Bobb 1-5. We got Dean 6-6. We got Steve at 7-10. Jingleheimer 5-9. Bbob at 3-5. John Jacob 2-6. So far, one of the best scout performances yet. And we have Boob 2-2. Hopefully Boob will be better on... Where is Boob? Alright, we might have to tactically reset Boob. And where's the sentry placement? We got a high sentry placement from the shit show. Doesn't have that bad of an angle. But it looks like Team Dinglehoppers are looking for a quick cap. As long as John Jacob stays alive. Ooh, but they're retreating from the point. John Jacob taking heavy damage, but finds Johann. And the Uber. Schmit really needs to get in there and to assist. Ooh, but Boob's on the case. But gets taken out by Dean. Alright, Team Dinglehoppers really need to get on the point real quick. Jingleheimer going in, but Steve has found the point again. This is not good. Ooh, but it looks like there's going to be high casualties for Team Shit Show. But Dean just runs into that gunfire. But John Jacob needs to just stay on the point. Ooh, and it looks like they're going to go for a cap. They get the cap. Significantly faster than the shit show. Almost 5 minutes it took them. They might be in for a wild one. The dispenser's still up and gets taken out by Jingleheimer. We got an entrance that's damaged, as being built.
The control point is being
but they're already on the second point with no one there. Steve is not approaching the point, but everyone gets off the point. Will Jingleheimer have the better sense to get on the point? And does. And George gets taken out by the sniper, which encouraged them to collectively go on the point. Schmit, though, is trying to take out Boob, but gets cut off by Steve Johann. Copying the Uber, though. And it looks like Bbob is trying to get them off the point. And it looks like heavy casualties are being had. They still have a medic, though. Ooh. Looks like Schmit is retreating. But gets Bhob. Needs to get back on the point, but rethinking. Gets the health back. Ooh, and they don't lose much cap time. Schmit really carrying the team right now. Needs to stay on the point, but goes for the health pack. Here, Dean shooting pipes at Boob. Boob being a big distraction. Schmit taking high damage, retreating. They still have cap time on the point. They just need to find their positioning again. Oh, and they lost their medic. Ooh, they look like they're going the long way. Ooh, that was a bad decision by Dinglehoppers. Dean is retreating. Schmit is trying to fight for the point. Ooh, and George gets called out. Ooh, but Bbob gets taken out. The sentry is being built on the point. George really needs to go towards it. They're losing that precious cap type at that time that they had. Schmit not wanting to die. John Jacob's gonna get taken. Oh, the sentry's been zapped. And it looks like Team Dinglehoppers losing all their cap time. Another attack from above. Ooh, but shortly gets dismantled. Dean got Johann though, so Dean goes in, but gets pushed back up. Not today, says Bbob. Ooh, but Steve gets taken out by pipes. Jingleheimer and Schmit are coming in, followed by John Jacob. Johann is on the point. And gets taken out by Boob. Jingleheimer gets taken out by a sentry. Ooh, and they can't find the sentry, and they're gonna build it up. Schmit almost taking it out, but it's not good enough. They managed to cap the first point so fast. I thought they had it in the bag, but no. This is disastrous for Team Dinglehoppers. While Jingleheimer gets destroyed. Boob gets taken out by a rocket. Dean coming in, but harassed by the entire team. It looks like George is trying to go for a stab. They pushed the Team Dinglehoppers up back to the first point. This could be it for Dinglehoppers for this first round. They had such a strong start compared to the shit show, but the shit show wants to live on. Getting vengeance for being taken out earlier within the tournament. It looks like John Jacob's going to be taken out by Boob. While Bbob, ooh, the sentry taking out Jingleheimer. Steve near the sentry too. There's practically 2 sentries in the same place. They just have about a minute and a half to continue. The shit show is not happy about being. Ooh! And Dean takes out the sentry. This is a great opportunity for the Dinglehoppers to push in. Ooh, and George gets Bbob. They really need to start pushing. George trying his best to keep the team shit show in check while his team collects up the courage to push. Ooh, and George takes out Bbob. Ooh, if they go up on the upper path, that sentry is not going to do much. Jingleheimer is near the point.
The control point is being contested.
Dean gets taken out by the sentry.
The control point is being
George gets taken out. Ooh, they just have a little over a minute to cap 2 points. It's not looking good for Dinglehoppers. And now that's another wipe. I don't think they can cap both points in 60 seconds. I think this round is good as over for Team Dinglehoppers. Disappointing first match by the shit show, followed up by a great performance against the Blue Balls. They are not ready to give up their chance at the $20 gift card prize. Sean Jacob, though, is on the point, but it's pretty much over. They spent too long trying to get to this position where they're on the point. They get the cap, but at this point, they got only 20 seconds to cap the last point. Sean Jacob is very determined, but I think that sentry gun's got another thing to tell him. And yeah, it looks like it's over for this round. It's still impressive that they got to this point, but that'd be the first round.
Mission begins in 60
We got George at 25-11 with Bbob at 26-10. We got Bbob at 19-16 and Schmit at 19-10. We got Bbob 1-11 and Johann. They're about right at the same 0-13. Same points. Steve 13-13 with Dean 11-15. Bbob 14-11. Jingleheimer 12-19 and Boob 9-10. One of those being factory reset, so it's more 9-9 at the moment. And then Sean Jacob, least points, 3 kills in 15 deaths. It looks like George is trying to find an easy stab. And it looks like Team Dinglehoppers are pushing up. George gets Steve, one of their heavy hitters. Ooh, and it looks like Blue has popped its Uber exchange. Ooh, and Jingleheimer pushes them back. Bbob finding the upper path. Ooh, but Bobb gets taken out. Having full advantage on Uber. Schmit waiting for the next respawn wave to come in. Might not find anything, though. That is not a great teleport exit by Bbob. It looks like Schmit and Johann are gonna probably get taken out. Boob takes out Johann. Schmit gets killed by Bbob. Leaves Sean Jacob, George, and Jingleheimer on the point. Ooh, and it looks like Dean gets blown into the crocodile pit. Ooh, Bbob taking out Jingleheimer and George with one rocket. Sean Jacob is trying to defend, but he doesn't know what he's quite doing. And it looks like his team has come in time, but Johann taking a lot of damage. And it looks like the point is free, but Dean hits himself and is harassed by Steve. Jingleheimer's on the point, pushing back Steve. George going in for a kill, but does not find anything. Switch disguises. Bbob on top, peppering rockets, while Dean fortifies the point with stickies, but not in optimal positions. And they're on the point, finally. But Steve is not finding his shots, and the Uber is popped, so Steve is starting to retreat, but dies to Schmit. And we got the dispenser pick by George. sentry gun, but Bbob is not going to do anything unless the enemy team tries to retreat. I mean, tries to push forward. My bad. Steve is on the point, though.
Our control point is being captured.
Ooh, this looks like a bloodbath. The Dinglehoppers are not doing good. Dean is the only one left to defend while George is trying to come in hot. It looks like they're going to cap the first point finally. Team Dinglehoppers' best chance was to defend this point, and they just lost it. Hopefully they'll have enough time to recoup on the second point. And it looks like Team Dinglehoppers are deciding to push. Ooh, and that leaves John Jacob the only one to defend against Steve.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
And it looks like Team Chicho has sneaked their way around Team Dinglehoppers. They decided to push at the wrong time. Jingleheimer still pushed up front, trying to harass the engineer and Boob.
Time has been added.
When they cap the next point, this is not great for Dinglehoppers. Oh, Boob is going to be the first one on the case, but George is trying to find him. But takes out Bbob. Will he go after Boob? No, he has his eyes on someone else. Now it looks like he's going for the medic kill and gets it. And it takes his life too. Jingleheimer getting harassed, but gets the health kit. They're pushing far up. Boob and Bbob are approaching. Bbob might get a nasty sentry up. But George is coming in. And gets the stab in the sentry. That's not looking good. Ooh, and Boob gets taken out by Dean's sticky trap. Schmit and Johann are finally back at the point. George is looking for an opportunity, going up to Bbob and gets the stab. And the Uber is popped by Dinglehoppers. Not amounting to much. It looks like Bbob is getting harassed by 3 people, leaving Dean to defend all on his own. Where's John Jacob? Oh. I guess Dean is not alone, but having the 2 EC bots on the point is not that great. Bbob just trying to get in, but keeps getting harassed by George. They just need to keep the stalling in the back. Ooh, and the reflect is going, takes out Johann, in the afterburn takes out Schmit. George is looking for the NG pick. Bbob is overextending, but not getting taken out by anyone. Starting to build a sentry, but gets stabbed by George. And it looks like flamethrowers are spraying and they both get taken out by each other. Bbob on the point though gets taken out by Dean. But Dean apparently fell and died. George getting Steve. Bbob is back in action, but it's not going to do much. And the Uber is popped, but nothing comes out of it. leading of about a 50% advantage for Dinglehoppers. But they are making a heavy push for this final point. Ooh, and George saves it for them. Looks like Steve, though, is taking vengeance, but gets eradicated by Schmit. But Bob's up there looking for a replacement. And George taking out Bhob and Bobb. Bbob getting the attention of Schmit. Ooh, and there goes Johann. Not yet, but Bbob. And the afterburn does not kill Johann. But Bobb needs to get something up, at least a teleporter. And there goes Bbob. Bhob's on the case, though, with Bobb. Do we need a tactical reset Boob again? Yeah. Jingleheimer is all the way on the second point, defending against nothing. And it looks like Team Shitshow is going in for a push. Ooh, and the Uber is popped. Ooh, and George takes out Bhob. And the Uber from Team Shitshow has popped. And it looks like they're going to take out Dinglehoppers. Ooh, but George gets found by a preemptive stab that did not hit, but takes out Bobb. But Bobb, though, takes his revenge? No. I guess he didn't take his revenge. And it looks like Shitshow gets it in 10 minutes and 57 seconds.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Let's take a look at the scoreboard. George hitting over 100, 43 to 20. Followed by Schmit, 32-17. Johann, 19 deaths. Jingleheimer, 23-29. Dean, 18-1. 18-21. And John Jacob, 422. Bhob, 41-19. Bbob, 33-25. Bobb, 119. Steve, 23-10. Bbob, 18-24. And Boob, 10-15. Two of those being forced kills. And it looks like the Shitshow is pushing up. And it looks like Boob might need to be reset once more. And it looks like Team Shitshow is going to remain pushed up, but the Uber is popped. And Steve is scared for his life. And the sentry is not near the point. They push it up too far to where Team Dinglehoppers can easily access the point.
Alert. The control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being contested.
George getting the medic, but quickly gets taken off. Ooh, Jingleheimer on the high ground. Gets taken out by falling down.
Alert. Our control point.
And John Jacob is on the point. Team Dinglehoppers really need to start pushing. They have full Uber advantage. And they're all on the point. Is the Uber gonna be popped? Yes, it will be. It looks like they're gonna cap the point.
Time has been added.
Ooh, and it looks like this might be the end for Schmit. Ooh, Johann falls. Schmidt's deciding to retreat, but ready to strike. Ooh, and the reflex come out, and he gets the kill. And George getting flamed. Will he die from afterburn? Yes, he does. It looks like Bbob has fully charged.
The control point is being contested.
And it looks like Jingleheimer is on the point by himself. Ooh, my gosh, the reflex from Jingleheimer right now. And he's on the point uncontested. It looks like Bbob is going to harass him. And Bbob is there too. But, oh my gosh. Single-handedly, Jingleheimer's defending the point, but decides to retreat. Oh, it looks like Bbob is the only one alive right now. Jingleheimer needs to get back on the point. But no, decides to retreat backwards. John Jacob, though, trying to bring back the momentum. With that nice double cap time. Ooh, Bbob gets a reflect kill on the medic, but the whole team is there, so they get the point. Boob looking to get a shot, but gets harassed by the entire team. Bbob takes down Bbob, takes down his sentry. Johann sitting in spawn, waiting for someone. Ooh, and George gets found out by Bbob. Now Bbob, Schmit trying to fight off Boob. Boob gets away and pushes up, apparently. George is not having it, though. Ooh, but misses the stab again and dies for it. And they're retreating all the way to the first point. Past the first point. It looks like Dean is set back to the right path, while Schmit and George are single-handedly trying to cap the point. George failing to get the sentry. John Jacob, though, and Schmit decide not to take that path. George is back on the scene, though, but gets bumped. The sentry gets zapped, but doesn't get destroyed. Bbob keeps just not going for the kill. Dean gets taken out. Dean is on the point with John Jacob. Schmit taking down Steve. They just need to stay on the point. And they secured their first win of this match. We're going to a third round.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Now on the Team Dinglehoppers, the points seem to be in their favor. Boob is just really having a hard time with this map specifically. Dinglehoppers are starting to do what they did last time.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Completely reverse it on the shit show.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, in the Uber. Will it be exchanged? No! Team Shitshow loses their Uber. Ooh, and Schmit loses his medic due to a reflect and gets taken out by Steve. The reflects have been crazy this match. Dinglehoppers are trying to unite while Steve and Bbob are pushing forward. Oh, and it looks like they've been taking down the skies by Johann and Dean.
Alert.
Bbob building a sentry. But Johann takes it. No, John Jacob takes it out. Bbob is coming in. Yeah, it looks like Dinglehoppers are defending this point. George taking out Bbob. They're down at medic. Ooh, Bbob about to take George gets taken out by Boob. Johann and John Jacob are together, but that's not a great thing. While Bbob is harassing the point, they're finally got the point with only 2 minutes left on the clock. And it looks like Schmit goes down to Bbob. Steve is on the point. George gets the backstab. Ooh, and Jingleheimer falls off the map. And it looks like they're going to secure the point after getting Schmit. And it looks like they're pushing hard, though. Ooh. Ooh, this is not looking good for Schmit. Ooh, and gets taken out. But Dean is on the case. Johann finishing Bbob. Bbob meeting with Bbob. Jingleheimer trying to get them off the point, but gets taken out by Boob. But they're not getting on the point. John Jacob contesting. This is where the shit show goes to shit. The pressure is too high for them, but Steve takes out John Jacob. And the Uber is popped. And Steve is taken down. And it looks like George has something to say about this team. Ooh. Jingleheimer just didn't have a chance there, but still takes out Boob. An eye for an eye. Bbob could have easily gotten the medic pick, but decides to retreat for a med kit. Ooh, they cannot allow Bbob to get anything here. And dies to the pill spam. Ooh, a late detonate by Dean. Jingleheimer taking out Bbob, but it's very crippled right now. And gets taken out by Bbob that came from above. George is not having any of it though and takes him out. Bbob looking for another place to put his sentry. It's being harassed by John Jacob, but John Jacob can't find any of his shots. Ooh, but Dean and George weren't having any of his sneaky business. Schmit is back.
The control point is being contested.
Ooh, but the air blast's happy. Bobb couldn't find the right timing. Bbob getting Johann. I almost said Jonas. That's why I said it so weird. And it looks like Bbob is going above. Which would be perfect. Ooh, and it's building a teleporter. Ooh, even Schmit gets taken down by Bobb. Bbob is trying to retreat to get more health, but that teleporter is going to be a big detriment. Jingleheimer on the point, ready to defend. Boob is out in the open, distracting Jingleheimer from the Steve behind. Ooh, and Bobb takes high damage, but the focus was lost. Steve goes down though. Ooh. It looks like Schmit and Dean are coming in. Bobb must not have enough metal. Keeps trying to retreat back to get more metal, but is just keeping John Jacob distracted. It's probably all out of shotgun ammo too. And gets taken out. No one is taking this teleporter though. Steve is on the point. If Bbob gets on the teleporter and starts building a sentry, doesn't look like anyone's taking that teleporter. Dinglehoppers really want to stay in this tournament. Ooh. Boob is harassing the team on the point, only leaving Dean and John Jacob. But it's not John Jacob's turn with a brain cell today. Nor Dean's, apparently. No one is taking this teleporter. Ooh, and Bbob has a nice sentry place. Ooh, and it looks like Team Dinglehoppers reached the point. Boob just crippling Team Dinglehoppers right now. Jingleheimer not knowing what to do and gets the reflect kill onto Boob. But Boob gets them out before the rocket hits. John Jacob is the only one there. The sentry is zapped. But it looks like they're going to cap this point. And it looks like 11 minutes plus more time now. And it looks like Team Shitshow is resetting mentally. No one used the teleporter. They could have gotten that point so much sooner. And it looks like Boob is taken out by rocket fire. Ooh, and George takes out Bobb. Ooh, and the Uber is pushed by both sides. But Team Dinglehoppers popped second. But Bbob is willing to take out that medic. Ooh, both medics are down. This is just wasting the shit show's time. That might be something I'll add. And it looks like the shit show is trying to make a final push, but it might be too late for them. You know, it looks like the Uber's popped on the point. But Steve misses all of his shots. And that Uber amounted to nothing. The shit show really proving their name in the reflect kill on Bbob. George is just watching this while Steve's on the point, getting demolished. There goes Bbob. Oh, and the pipes find the medic. Jingleheimer falling, though.
Our control point is being captured.
Stand on the point, Schweinhund. I'm stuck.
The control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being contested. Alert. Our control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being contested. Alert. Our control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being captured. Mission begins in 60 seconds.
So Team Dinglehoppers have 21 minutes to cap the 3 points.
Mission begins in 30 seconds. Mission begins
Schmit
in 10
really proving today why he is on Team Dinglehoppers.
5, 4, 3,
Followed by George.
1.
Dean having the 3 dominations at the moment. And they're off. Steve dominating Jingleheimer. And Bbob getting John Jacob with the sentry. Looks like George is trying to make his way in. Jingleheimer on the point, uncontested, but is soon going to be harassed. Steve is coming in and gets taken out, and the sentry goes down. Ooh, George goes down. With the bots, that is not too bad of a placement. They do like to walk off the point. Oh god. I'm gonna let this play out for a bit. Dean is on the point, but not for long. Ooh, Dean takes out the dispenser, but not the sentry. Ooh, and the sentry is gone. Ooh, but Team Dinglehoppers only got 17 and a half minutes to cap these next 2 points. Ooh, the reflex come in. Oof, Schmit taking out Bhob. John Jacob going for a Bbob approach.
Our control point has been captured.
Ooh, the Uber is popped on the point. Dean tries to jump down.
The control point is being captured.
Does some damage, but it's not enough. The Dean still gets the medic. The reflects go out, but not soon enough.
Alert! The control point is being captured.
Ooh, and it's just a bloodbath on top. I need a shit.
Alert! The control point is being contested. Alert! Our control point is being captured. Alert! The control point is being contested. Alert! Alert! The control point is being captured. Alert! The control point is being contested. Alert! The control point is being captured. Alert! The control point is being captured.
Oh my god.
The control point is being contested.
Oh God.
Our control point is being captured.
Teleporter down.
Alert. The control point is being captured. Our control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being captured. Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Oh God, this was so robbed. The shit show.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
It's over.
Mission ends in 30 seconds. Alert. The control point is being captured.
It's over.
Mission ends in 10 seconds. Alert. Our control point. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God, no. It's over for Teen Dinglehoppers.